called teachers of adab. And they will tell them, look, I'm leaving my child here. Your job is to teach them manner, adab. And Ali ibn Abi Talib radiallahu anhu, he is considered, I should say, authority in terms of how to take care of the children. He said so many things regarding that. He said in one of the quotes, he said, if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave you children, this is what you do. إِلَّا أَبْمَعَهُمْ سَبْعًا. For 7 years, keep on playing with them. Meaning, teach them with fun. Because they're younger. Next 7 years, what you do? أَدِّبْهُمْ سَبْعًا. For the next 7 years, teach them adab. Adab in everything. And the problem nowadays is because our children, they know so much. They're like, they achieve mastery. And mashallah, with Maulana Google and with the devices, they're masters. But can I tell you something? Honestly and bluntly, what is missing? Adab. They don't know what adab is. I honestly could tell you that. Adab is something different. The adab that is explained to and demonstrated by Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the Sahaba, the Mashayikh, the righteous predecessors, the ulama. That's totally different thing. Our children and a lot of adults, unfortunately, they don't know what adab is. So adab is like out somehow in our life. That's how adab actually brings training. Because one of the obvious example, every masjid you go to, you know why there is no peace when the children are around the masjid? It's always noisy. Imam has to stand up, this brother has to stand up, and he says, hey, quiet down, it's not right. Why do we need all these reminders? It's because the adab training is not coming from homes. That's the whole problem. And it has to be constant, consistent, constant, continuous, regular. That's why it's not heading, it's not sitting in the head. That's why when they go outside, in the masjid especially, they're like kind of wild. Unfortunately. And the mother is also mu'addibah, the teachers of adab, as we said. And last but not least, 4 major roles. The 4th one is qudwa. She's a role model. Because for me and you, who's my role model? Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And I am delivering a series in one of the masajid, getting to know the Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Of 4 khutbah series, 2 of them are done. And this is what I said yesterday, that a lot of issues that we have is that because we do not frequently talk about Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam in the khutbahs, in lectures. We don't know about him. Had we been talking about him more frequently, the children are used to listening. That's completely different things. Not like only as a prophet of Allah, and he did da'wah, and he did this, and he fought battles. There is a lot that we can learn. Akhlaq. And what makes me sad personally is that he says, إِنَّمَا بُعِثْتُ مُعَلِّمًا. I am sent to you as a teacher. I am here to teach you. And إِنَّمَا بُعِثْتُ لِأُتَمِّمَ مَكَارِمَ الْأَخْلَاقِ. I have been sent, part of my reason to come here is to perfect human morals. And unfortunately, sadly, we do not have those manners. And I said, فَاقِدُ الشَّيْءِ لَا يُعْطِي. The one who does not possess something cannot give. Now, I want to tell you a story of a model mother. I will not mention the name as usual. So, your name guessing is your part. This woman narrates from Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and she narrated a story quoted by Sahih al-Bukhari and Sahih Muslim, both. She says, a young woman, ما غرت على أحد من نساء النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم. I have never been jealous with the other wives of Rasulullah as I got jealous with blank blank. And she said, I don't know the reason for me getting jealous of her. وَمَا رَأَيْتُهَا. I haven't seen her. She was so senior. She even died. I am so younger. But وَلَكِنْ كُلَّمَا كَانَ يَكْسِرُ ذِكْرُهَا. I have seen Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam often mentioning her, talking about her in his household. And such, وَرُبَّمَا ذَبَحَ الشَّاةَ. And often when he slaughtered a sheep, ثُمَّ يَقْطَعُهَا أَعْضَاءً. And then he cut pieces of meat. وَيَبْعَثُهَا لِصَدَائِقٍ. And he used to say, take these meat packets and distribute them into friends for such and such lady. فَرُبَّمَا قُلْتُ لَهُ. This young lady says, I often wonder why he does that. This old woman, why he keeps on mentioning that. So one day I couldn't control myself and I said, Ya Rasulullah, كَأَنَّهُ لَمْ يَكُنْ فِي الدُّنْيَا إِمْرَأَةٌ إِلَّا. He said, you mention her so much. You talk about her so much. It looks to me like there is no other woman in the world except that woman. And the Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam gave her a beautiful answer. He says, you don't know about that lady. You need to learn. And what I said, فَاقِدُ الشَّيْءِ لَا يُعْطِي. The one who does not know cannot give. This masal, or the meaning, is very obvious every time you look at Rasulullah's teaching. Every time I mention Rasulullah, don't forget to say Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. And then he explained. He said, you have to know about that lady. إِنَّهَا كَانَتْ وَكَانَتْ وَكَانَتْ. She was such and such and such. And then she said, you don't know her value. وَكَانَتْ لِي مِنْهَا وَلَدْ. And she was the mother of my children. Well, the answer is obvious, you know that. So Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam sees someone who happened to be at a status of being mother very high. Who the old lady is? Huh? Khadija. And who the young lady is? Aisha. And subhanAllah, Aisha was so young. Aisha hadn't seen Khadija. But look at Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam's loving relationship and her motherly behavior. He is acknowledging. And what mother does, no other woman can do. That's why sometimes I jokingly say, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives everyone two eyes in the front. But can you believe? If you don't believe me, then at least smile. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives two special people two eyes in the back too. They see from the back eyes. Do you know that? Do you believe me? Huh? Who are those people?
Mom and dad.
Huh?
Mom and dad.
Of course, no. Mom and dad is one. There is another one. Who's the other one?
Teacher.
Huh?
Teacher.
Alhamdulillah. So I asked this child, when you lie to your mom, does she understand that you lie? She said, of course. She looks at my eyes and she said, no, that's not true. Did you do homework? Oh yeah, I did. No, you did not. How do you? I told her, I told them that. She reads the message in the pop in your eyes. It's Allah. Makes all mothers do like that. So this is one of the other characteristics. What mother does actually? 2 primary jobs. Can you guess? 2 primary jobs. And if any mother fails to do that, there is a big consequence and khasara and loss when a child grows up. What's the first task? Come on. Oh, come on, you know it. Don't tell me you don't know it. The mother does 120 million things. 2 of them are essential. It's primary, so important. The father also, but primarily the mother. What's the first thing?
Love.
Can I give you a hint? It is something to be inculcated in the mind. Not printed, imprinted. All those kids, that's the second hint. All those kids who did not get this concept imprinted in their minds, when they grow up, they're like hollow. They have so much confusion. And when they go to these public school system or the modern day educational system, they face a lot of issues. And that's the reason. This is the third hint. And if you don't have that, they're misguided. There's a lot of chances for them going astray. Khalas.
Who's the deen?
Huh?
Deen?
Say it again.
Deen, proper Islam.
Deen, yeah, deen. Of course, it's part of deen, but what I'm mentioning is something very specific. Huh?
Arabia.
Huh?
Arabia.
Okay, good try.
Advice.
Huh?
Advice. She advises.
Good try.
Discipline.
MashaAllah. Yeah, akhi.
Teach more.
Can I give you a 75% answer? If I don't have it, my entry into Jannah, my first encounter with the Munkir and Nakir in my grave, I'm failing. MashaAllah. What is the name of that? Aqidah. Aqidah. You know, I was so happy. I wasn't able to attend this year conference, but the few sessions that I attended, 2 or 3, especially the question answer. Someone asked a question, why our youth are not inspired by activities. And as soon as they ask, what's the reason? They're not like into it from their heart. This masjid does so many programs, the other masjid does, and to have classes and we have workshops. Well, they're not so inspired. And I was like, I said, can I answer? Well then, mashallah, this Dr. Mateen gave a beautiful answer. And it looked to me like whatever was in my heart, he said it. Guess what he said? He said, this inspiration issue or inspiration issue is secondary. And why it's not coming? It's because the concept of Aqidah is not strong in their mind. Because the concept, the word that he used, so beautiful. He said the concept of La ilaha illallah, Muhammad Rasulullah. So part 1 is Tawheed, Aqidah. And part 1 is Risala. So our children, they don't know. That's why they don't get inspired. This concept has to be That's why in Arabic books, every time you hear that, they use the word ghars. Ghars के मतलब होता है वो जो ज़मीन में बीज डाल के उसको बोते हैं. When you put the seeds and you sow. That's how Aqidah works. And in the majority of cases, our children are empty. They don't know, and sadly. What's the second one? What's the second one? One is Aqidah. And one is a combination of so many things. And that is, someone just said it. What's the second thing? Yeah, akhi, why are you sitting like that? Yeah, just speak. Wild guess.
Tarbiyah.
MashaAllah. Aqidah is primary. On all other things come under the basket of this tarbiyah. MashaAllah, MashaAllah. Any questions so far? Now, how many of you know what the word tarbiyah means?